Hi everyone, my name is Francisco Lara, and the purpose of this video is to tell you who I am and why I decided to run for the Los Ríos Regional Council. I was born and raised in Valdivia. I studied primary and secondary education in this city, except for a couple of years that I lived in Spain, where I attended one of the most demanding institutes in the country, the Fernando Herrera Institute. Then I started to study law at the Universidad Austral de Chile, where due to the persistent strikes promoted by the students' leadership at that time, I decided to freeze my degree and go to work and perfect my English in New Zealand, a language that I have accredited with PET, FCE, and TOEFL exams. Once back, I finished my degree, obtaining a scholarship to research my undergraduate thesis at the Universidad of Sevilla, for which I was evaluated with the highest grade. Then I did my professional internship while working at the Conservador de Bienes Raíces de Osorno. Once finished, I was awarded another scholarship to pursue my master's degree. This time in Girona, Spain, in agreement with the Universidad de Génova and Universidad Austral de Chile, for which I was also rated with outstanding. After that, already being a lawyer, and after having worked as a solicitor, free practice lawyer, and curador ad litem, I began to work as a university academic at Universidad San Sebastián, university to which I proudly belong to this day, teaching subjects related to civil law and economy, sharing my routine between my academic role and my law office, where I litigate heavily in civil and commercial matters. Along with this, I also serve as a referee judge and frequently give my opinion in opinion columns in the most important newspapers in the country. In these years, I also highlight the publication of my book, Pacts on Future Successions, derived from my master's thesis, where I explain an alternative to the will as a way to organize inheritance and a criticism of its prohibition in our national legislation. Outside of strictly work and academic work, I am an amateur pianist. I really like nature and animals. I have 16 legs wandering around my house, not counting the human ones. And as a hobby, I like jogging. Finally, I created an interview podcast called Algo Que Contar, hosted on YouTube and Spotify, where I seek to generate value by disseminating knowledge in its most varied areas: music, science, politics, sports, economics, etc. As for politics, I admit to being a complete outsider, and I think that is not a weakness, but precisely a strength. In this sense, I am moved by freedom as a guiding principle. I believe and trust much more in the individual, the family, the intermediate bodies as entrepreneurs, decision makers, and as economic agents, rather than in the state. As for my region of Los Ríos, I think that frankly we have no direction or port to reach. And just as it happens to a ship without a port, I am convinced that we have sailed in deep waters, guided merely by the current and not by clear principles, plans, and concrete guidelines. A true reflection of this is the lack of national and foreign private investment, the lack of tourism that really comes to vacation, consuming the goods and services we offer, and therefore nourishing the local economy, the state of abandonment of our facades, lack of architectural homogeneity, dozens of vacant lots converted into parking lots with the municipal approval, and along, etc. The potential that our region and Valdivia has is such that with good leadership we could really stand out at a national and international level. Have a prosperous city and region, which not only prides itself on what nature gave us, but also on serious technical, lasting human work based on scientific and quality evidence, attracting tourists from all over the world, not only as a transit city, but as a destination in itself. I want to contribute to achieving precisely that. I want to use the powers that the law confers to a regional councillor to effectively change course. I want a better city, a better region, a better country, and I am absolutely committed to this challenge and call to public service, which I happily accepted. Finally, I invite you to follow my social media and above all, to support me in this challenge. Greetings.